In this video, we're going to discuss about the limits at infinity. So let's start with the definition. The limit of f of x as x approaches positive infinity is L if the values of f of x get closer and closer to L as the values of x increase without bound. Then for another definition, the limit of f of x as x approaches negative infinity is L if the values of f of x get closer and closer to L as the values of x decrease without bound. For example, hanapin natin yung limit ng 1 over x as x approaches negative infinity. Okay? So using table of values, we have x, then function 1 over x. Okay? So yung x natin, i-approach natin sa negative infinity, meaning titingnan natin yung behavior ng x na nagde-decrease, and then ano yung magiging behavior ng 1 over x. So let's start with negative 1. Okay? So if x is negative 1, 1 over x is negative 1. Then if x is negative 10, so i-decrease natin, then 1 over x will be negative 0.1. Okay, so in-start ko na kagad ng negative Then, let's have negative 100. So magiging negative 0.01. Then, decrease pa natin, negative 1,000. We have negative 0.001. And, decrease pa natin, negative 1, or let's say negative 10,000. Then, yung 1 over x natin will be negative 0.0001. And as you can see, ano nangyayari dito sa 1 over x as x decreases or x approaches negative infinity? So, yung value ng 1 over x natin, lumalaki. From negative 1, naging negative 0.1. Okay? Pero, saan siya nag-a-approach? Nag-a-approach siya sa 0. Okay? So, meaning, as x approaches negative infinity or as x decreases, ang nangyayari dito sa 1 over x, nag-a-approach siya sa 0. So, yung limit ng 1 over x as x approaches negative infinity is 0. Okay? So, kung titignan naman natin yung limit ng 1 over x as x approaches positive infinity, okay? So, kahit gayahin lang natin yung itsura na ito sa table of values, simulan natin sa positive 1. Okay? Then, 1 over x will be 1. Tapos, tuloy natin sa 10, i-increase natin, magiging 1 over 10 or 0.1. So, lumiit siya. Kung dito lumaki, dito lumiit. Then, 100, naging 0.01. Then, 1,000, naging 0.001, 10,000. So, same lang yung nangyari dito sa So, sa sign lang nagkaiba. But still, as x increases, ang nangyari dito sa 1 over x, nag-a-approach siya sa 0 kasi lumiliit na. No? So, 1 over x approaches 0. So, meaning, limit of 1 over x as x approaches positive infinity is 0. Okay, so kung gusto nyo makita yung graph nila, okay, so yung graph ng function, yung let's say yung f of x natin dito ay yung 1 over x. So ganito yung graph niya. Okay, so yung as x approaches positive infinity, yung value ng f of x nag-a-approach sa 0. Okay? So, mula dito, pag i-approach natin sa positive infinity, bumababa siya. Okay? Tapos, yung value ng f of x, dumidikit dito. Lumalapit dito sa x-axis. Okay? So, same dito. Mula dito, okay? Mula dito, nag-a-approach din siya dito sa x-axis. So, ganyan yung itsura ng graph niya. By the way, symmetric dapat yan. Okay. So, yung values ng 1 over x nag-a-approach dito sa x. Now let's have the theorem. So tandaan natin, kapag kinuha natin yung limit ng x raised to n as x approaches positive or negative infinity, this is always positive infinity kapag yung n na to ay even. Pero kapag yung n ay odd, so kapag yung x approaches positive infinity, then positive infinity yung limit. Pero kapag yung x approaches negative infinity, yung limit niya ay negative infinity kapag odd. Pero kapag even, palagi na siyang positive infinity. Wala nang pagtatalo doon. Okay? Kahit ano pa, kung positive or negative infinity pa yan. Then for number 3, kapag kinuha natin yung limit ng 1 over x raised to n, so take note, yung x ay nasa ilalim as x approaches positive or negative infinity, kahit ano pa yan, at kahit ano pa yung exponent nito, that is always 0. Okay? Then, if we have limit of f of x equals a, constant a, tapos limit of g of x is positive or negative infinity as x approaches positive infinity, then kapag kinuha natin yung quotient ng limit f of x, quotient ng f of x over g of x, so this will be 0. Take note ng yung limit ng f of x ay constant, tapos limit ng g of x ay positive or negative infinity. So meaning constant over positive or negative infinity, that is always 0. Okay? Then take note, yung x na to, pwedeng palitan. Or it's either x approaches negative infinity, o kaya x approaches a constant c, or x approaches c from the left or c from the right. Basta ganito yung naging limits, resulta na naging limits nila. Then kapag kinuha mo yung quotient, constant over positive or negative infinity, that is always 0. Parang extension lang to nung dito. So yung constant lang na nasa taas ay 1. Okay? So dito any constant over dito is 0. Okay? Okay, so for example, number 1, so kunin natin yung limit ng 3x raised to 4 minus 7x cubed plus 2x minus 1 as x approaches positive infinity. So this will be equal to, ilabas muna natin yung x raised to 4. Okay, yung may pinakamalaking exponent ang ilalabas na natin dito. So ano yung mangyayari? So this will be equal to limit as x approaches positive infinity, x raised to 4. Bakit kaya natin nilabas yan? May purpose yan. So dito, divide natin isa-isa yan by x raised to 4. So 3x raised to 4 divided by x raised to 4. So 3 na lang. Minus negative 7x cubed over x raised to 4. This will be 7 over x. So meron sa denominator na x kasi mas malaki yung exponent niya ng isa kaysa dito sa x cubed. Then plus 2 over x cubed. Okay? So 4 minus 1, 3. Okay? Tapos nasa denominator kasi mas malaki yung nilabas natin. Then minus 1 over x raised to 4. So ito kasi walang x raised to 4. So maglalagay tayo ng x raised to 4 sa denominator. So pwede nyo siyang i-check kapag dinistribute nyo. Ang lalabas dyan ito. Okay? Then next naman, saka natin i-substitute to. So positive infinity raised to 4. That will be positive infinity. Okay? Then 3 minus 7 over infinity plus 2 over infinity cube minus 1 over infinity raised to 4. So this will be infinity times 3 minus 7 over infinity, that is 0. 0, kahit ano pa yung exponent niyan, ayun yung nasa theorem kanina. So this will be infinity times times 3, no? So this will be infinity. Okay? So nasa theorem din yan na diniscuss sa mga nakaraang. For number 2, let's have limit 1 over x cubed minus 4 as x approaches negative infinity. So this will be equal to 1 over negative infinity cube minus 4. So this is equal to 1 over negative infinity. Kasi negative infinity minus 4. So magiging negative infinity. And 1 over negative infinity, that is 0. Okay? So tuloy na natin, number 3. So kunin natin yung limit ng x cubed minus 2x squared plus 3 over 4x raised to 4 minus x squared plus x minus 1 plus 1. Okay? As x approaches positive infinity. Okay. So, gawin natin, tignan natin yung may pinakamalaking exponent, x raised to 4. So, di-divide natin bawat isa niyan by x raised to 4. Okay, so this will be limit, kopyahin lang, x approaches positive infinity, x cubed over x raised to 4. So, may matitirang x sa ilalim. So, magiging 1 over x. Negative 2x squared over x raised to 4. So, that will be negative 2 over x squared. So, 4 minus 2. Pagtatalunan na lang yung exponent eh. Then, ito walang x raised to 4, kaya magiging 3 over x raised to 4. Okay? All over. So, ito, x raised to 4. So, wala nang matitira. 4x raised to 4 over x raised to 4, magiging 4 na lang. Then, x squared over x raised to 4, that is 1 over x squared. Then, x over x raised to 4, mababawasan lang sa denominator ng isa. Then, 1 over x raised to 4. So, bakit natin ginagawa to? Kasi pag sinalpak na natin itong positive infinity dyan, diba, kapag over infinity, that is 0. Okay? So, 1 over infinity minus 2 over infinity squared plus 3 over infinity raised to 4 over 4 minus 1 over infinity squared plus 1 over infinity cube 1 over infinity raised to 4. Take note infinity hindi siya number. Basta nire-represent niya very large. Okay? Then, okay, so infinity squared, infinity lang din naman yan, infinity lang to. Basta infinity yung denominator, tapos constant yung numerator. According to our theorem, that is 0 minus 0 plus 0 over 4 minus 0 plus 0 plus 0. So, this will be 0. Okay, so ang haba ng proseso, 0 lang din pala.